The brutal realization. One day, life becomes silent. The excuses stop working, the distractions stop hiding the truth, and reality finally hits you. Nobody is coming to save you, not your friends, not society, not luck, not motivation. And for many men, that realization feels terrifying. Because deep down, most people spend years waiting for opportunities, rescue, validation, permission, the perfect moment. But life keeps moving, and while they wait, time quietly destroys their potential. The tragedy of unlived potential, one of the saddest things in life, is watching people betray themselves slowly, not through one big failure, but through small acts of weakness, repeated daily. Avoiding risk, avoiding discomfort, avoiding responsibility. Most people never become who they could have been. Not because they lacked talent, but because fear controlled them. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of failure, and years later, regret begins eating them alive, because deep down they know they abandoned themselves. Many men live their entire lives as slaves. Modern society creates weak men, men addicted to comfort, addicted to distraction, addicted to approval, men who spend more time escaping life than building themselves. And, slowly, they lose respect for themselves, because self-respect comes from action, not fantasies, not motivational quotes, action. Every time a man avoids confrontation when he should speak, a piece of him dies inside. Every time he tolerates disrespect because he fears loneliness, a piece of him dies. Every time he chooses comfort over growth, his spirit weakens. The world does not reward weakness. This is the truth nobody wants to hear. The world keeps moving, whether you grow or not. Life does not pause because you're scared. Bills still come, time still moves, opportunities still disappear. And eventually, life becomes brutally honest. Weak habits create weak futures. Nobody escapes that law. Regret is a slow poison. Regret rarely arrives loudly. It arrives quietly, late at night, when distractions disappear, and a man is finally alone with his thoughts. That's when the painful questions appear. What happened to me? Why didn't I try harder? Why was I so afraid? The dangerous thing about regret is that it grows heavier with time, because eventually you realize the life you wanted required courage you never used. Comfort is a beautiful prison. Comfort destroys more dreams than failure ever will, because comfort feels safe. It whispers, relax, tomorrow is fine, you still have time. And slowly, years disappear. Most people are not destroyed by tragedy. They are destroyed by routine. Wake up, scroll endlessly, complain, repeat. That cycle kills ambition silently. The moment a man realizes he is alone, every strong man eventually experiences a painful awakening. He realizes nobody is truly coming to rescue him. And strangely, that realization becomes power, because once a man stops expecting rescue, he finally becomes dangerous. He stops blaming, stops waiting, stops complaining, and starts building. The cost of not standing up for yourself. Many people destroy themselves through silence, not peaceful silence, fearful silence. They stay quiet when they should defend themselves. They tolerate disrespect because they fear conflict. They allow people to walk over them. And slowly, they lose their identity. Because every time you betray your own standards, your confidence weakens. And deep inside, you know it. Life respects people who move. One thing life rewards is movement, not perfection. Movement. Most people stay trapped because they overthink endlessly. They wait until they feel ready. But confidence is built through action, not before it. Discipline saves men. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is survival. Because there will be days you feel tired, unmotivated, emotionally drained. And disciplined men still move. That's why discipline becomes self-respect. It proves you can trust yourself. Part 10. Pain can either destroy or awaken you. Pain changes people. Some become bitter, others become stronger. The difference is responsibility. Weak people ask, "Why is life doing this to me?" Strong people ask, "What must I become because of this?" Most people die before they are buried. There are people walking around physically alive, but mentally defeated. Their dreams died years ago. Their ambition disappeared. And now, they simply survive. Wake up, work, distract themselves, sleep. No fire, no purpose, no vision. That is one of the greatest tragedies in human existence. The world belongs to people who take responsibility. Responsibility is power. The moment you fully accept responsibility for your life, everything changes. Your mindset changes, your standards change, your discipline changes. Because blaming others keeps men weak. Ownership creates growth. You become what you repeat. Your future is hidden inside your daily habits. Every action is shaping you. Every excuse weakens discipline. Every hard decision strengthens character. That is why small habits matter. Because repetition becomes identity. Loneliness is part of growth. Growth often feels lonely. Because once you begin changing, you stop fitting into old environments. Some people will misunderstand you. Others will mock your discipline. But weak environments fear growth. Because your discipline reminds them of their excuses. You must save yourself. At some point, every man faces a choice. Continue waiting, or finally save himself. Nobody else can build your discipline. Nobody else can fight your mental battles. Nobody else can create your future. That responsibility belongs to you. Nobody is coming to save you. And maybe that is the most powerful truth you will ever hear. Because once you stop waiting for rescue, you finally begin transforming. You stop begging life for easier circumstances and start becoming stronger. You stop fearing discomfort and start understanding that pain builds men. You stop running from responsibility and realize responsibility creates freedom. Years from now, you will either face pride or regret. Pride because you stood up for yourself. Pride because you fought for your future. Pride because you refused to stay weak. Or regret. Regret for wasting years waiting. Regret for staying silent. Regret for betraying your own potential. The choice is happening now. Every single day. Nobody is coming to save you. So save yourself the pain of becoming a spectator in your own life. One of the worst feelings a man can experience is realizing he became a spectator in his own life, watching other people live boldly while he stayed trapped in fear. Watching others build businesses, chase dreams, travel, speak confidently, transform themselves, while he kept waiting. Waiting for confidence, waiting for motivation, waiting for permission. And slowly, his life became observation instead of participation. That pain destroys people silently. Fear makes men betray themselves. Fear rarely looks dramatic. Sometimes fear looks like comfort, like procrastination, like pretending you don't care, like staying small because growth feels uncomfortable. And the terrifying part is that many people normalize it. They laugh instead of changing, scroll instead of building, complain instead of acting. And years later, they wake up angry at life, not realizing they abandoned themselves first. The regret of never speaking up. There are men carrying invisible regret every single day. Not because they failed, but because they never even tried. They never spoke up, never defended themselves, never took risks, never said what they truly felt. And now, their silence haunts them, Because deep down, every human being wants to feel powerful in their own life. But every time you stay silent out of fear, you train yourself to feel weak. People lose their souls. Trying to fit in, many people spend their entire lives performing, pretending, hiding, shape-shifting for acceptance, because they fear rejection. But fitting in often costs identity. And the more a man betrays himself to please others, the emptier he becomes. That's why some people look successful outside, but feel dead inside. Your life is being built right now. Most people think transformation happens suddenly. It doesn't. Your future is being built quietly every day. In your routines, your discipline, your mindset, your excuses, your habits. Every single day is shaping who you become. That is why wasted days become wasted years. Weakness grows in private. Nobody suddenly becomes mentally weak. Weakness grows quietly. Every time you avoid discomfort, every time you break promises to yourself, every time you choose distraction over purpose, you slowly teach your mind, I cannot trust myself, and self-betrayal destroys confidence faster than failure ever could. The world does not feel sorry for undisciplined men. Life is brutally honest. It rewards preparation, not excuses. The world does not stop because you procrastinated. Opportunities disappear, people move on, time keeps moving. And eventually, reality punishes undisciplined people. There is a version of you dying inside. Inside many men, there is a stronger version of themselves screaming to exist. A disciplined version, a courageous version, a focused version. But comfort keeps suffocating him. Excuses keep weakening him. Fear keeps imprisoning him. And every year, that buried version becomes harder to save. People waste years distracting themselves. Modern society profits from distracted minds. Attention is being stolen constantly. Phones, entertainment, scrolling, validation. And many people spend years consuming instead of creating, escaping instead of evolving. That is why focused people become dangerous, because focus is rare now. Discipline is painful, but regret is worse. Discipline hurts. Waking up early hurts, training hurts, studying hurts, building hurts. But regret hurts deeper, because discipline creates temporary pain, while regret becomes permanent psychological torture. Many people are addicted to their own weakness. This is difficult to accept, but some people become comfortable being victims because responsibility feels heavy. Excuses become easier. Blaming becomes easier. Complaining becomes easier. But growth only begins when excuses die. The hardest person to face is yourself, eventually. Distractions stop working, and a man is forced to confront himself. That moment is terrifying, because truth appears. The truth about wasted time, ignored potential, fear, laziness, self-betrayal. And many people spend their entire lives avoiding that confrontation. Time is quietly killing people. Time does not scream, it whispers. One day becomes 1 week, 1 week becomes 1 year, and suddenly, a decade disappears. That is why discipline matters now, not later, now. Strength is built through action. Confidence is not magic. Strength is earned. Every difficult decision builds character. Every moment you stand up for yourself, your mind changes. Because courage grows through action, not comfort. Strength is built through action. Confidence is not magic. Strength is earned. Every difficult decision builds character. Every moment you stand up for yourself, your mind changes. Because courage grows through action, not comfort. Save yourself before it is too late. One day, you will either thank yourself or hate yourself. Thank yourself because you acted despite fear, or hate yourself because you stayed weak too long. Nobody can make this decision for you. Nobody can save your future except you. Nobody is coming to save you. And maybe that truth hurts, because it destroys illusions, but it also creates freedom. Because once you fully accept responsibility, your life finally becomes yours. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more hiding. Only action. The world does not remember people who stayed comfortable. It remembers people who faced fear and moved anyway. Years from now. Do not become the man who sits alone thinking, "I should have tried harder." Do not become the man destroyed by his own silence. Stand up for yourself. Fight for your future. Protect your potential. Because time is moving, whether you act or not, and nobody is coming to save you.